can we at least get your sanitizer?
The COVID.
Yeah, COVID. I can always help you. Yeah.
Please,
Let me just remove also my mask.
Thank you.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Savelelo. Right.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Let's
social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing a bit for us to have this powerful and clear conversation. Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dumisani Matebula, also known as Didi, aka Rural Poet. Those who knows me, they know me by Shilo Shaknanzika. But today, it's Dumisani Matebula. Mr. Hashtag 60 minutes with Didi. And yes, we promised you that we're gonna be going straight to Argent Court, where we're gonna be talking to Mr. Mhlanga, PT. And we get to know this gentleman. Where does he come from? How did he come this far until to be wherever he is today? Ladies and gentlemen, let us get to know Mr. P.T. Mhlanga. Can we just at least, we're gonna shake hands, but unfortunately we cannot do that. Yeah. Mr. Mhlanga, it's your house, but allow me to say good evening.
Good evening, Didi. Good evening to everybody who's watching from wherever in the world. Let me just hope that social media is actually attached to the whole world. So good evening and welcome to the house. This is where we are, P.T. Mhlanga. That's me. Thank you very much for welcoming me.
Mr. Mhlanga, we're having this platform. Strictly, we want to talk about business, but it's good for us and the whole world and Bushbuck region, Mpumalanga as well, to know where or who is Mr. P.T. Mhlanga. Where were you born? And if it is possible, you can also tell us how old are you, which year were you born with, so we get to know you. And you know, in life, each and every human being, there are challenges while growing up. So you can you just take us through that journey where you were born to be where you are today, getting to know you.
Yeah, Didi, my full names are Philip Dinyiko Mhlanga.
Okay.
I am let me say a boy. I'm still young. 1974, January 25. My mom gave birth to me at here at Argent Court. They welcomed this boy called Philip Dinyiko Mhlanga. I grew up here in Matsavane village. Matsavane is actually a river. Then the river got a name, the village got a name from the river, Matsavane. So I grew up here, and growing up, it was a very huge family. My father was a polygamist. He had several wives, but was very, let me say, he was a traditional healer. Very well known in the community and some other places. And then I went to school in Matsavane Primary. Then went on to go to high school in Mzila, and then went on to, actually I matriculated in Sidlamakosi High School in a place called Valley Bank down there. After matric, I went to University of the North by that time, which is University of Limpopo, to study law. And I graduated, and then I became a lawyer by profession, who now went to, actually I first cut my teeth in law in Wheatbank, where I did my articles there. My first practice was in Middelburg. Back then in 2013. And then from there I went to Joburg in 2016. I went to Johannesburg to open my law firm there. And then that's where then now the world and the business world came into me. And then the brand PT came actually from 2016. Then I said, let me use my surname and my initials to build a brand. So that's now I'm known as P.T. Mhlanga, because I decided to use my surname and my initials. So basically, from the developmental stage of business came from 2016 up until where we are. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. I think that's the short bio of Mr. Pete Mhlanga. Can you just tell us, you mentioned that you went to 2 high school, if not making a mistake.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, people that are doing law, I can just give an example with the Minister of Justice and Correctional Service.
Yes.
He was a president where he went to school.
Yeah.
There's a boy in his village, he was a president in his school.
Yeah.
What were your involvement during that time, during your high school times? And also, tertiary, did you do something extramural? Were you active, or it just came after high school?
No. Actually, during high school, we were having a group called Agincourt Star Singers.
Okay.
I was very involved in music from standard 6 by that time, which was Form 1. It was Form 1. It was not grades by that time. It was not grade 8. It was Form 1. I was involved in music, and then we formed a group. Actually, I joined a group called Agincourt Star Singers under a gentleman called Betwell Mashaba. He just met me at school and said, come, we have a group, join us. We went to, I went to the group, and then it was Agincourt Star Singers. We sang at parties, at a lot of places where we went to. And when I went to varsity, I joined the union choir.
Okay.
I was involved in music. I was not involved in any political structure or something. I was just involved in music because the love music was in me, and it never died in that time. And even now, the love of music is still there. So that's why my involvement in. So I never did law because I was a politician or something. I did law only because. Let me just put it this way: when we grew up in villages, we never really had what we called role models in some other fields. We only knew police officers.
Yeah.
We only knew teachers,
nurses.
At that time, a clerk was something that was very much valued in the community. So that when we went to varsity, we had to choose what kind of disciplines we wanted to follow. But for me, I didn't know what to do. I always wanted to be a business person.
Okay.
So then my cousin said, he wanted to study law, and I followed. That's how I became a lawyer.
Okay. So initially, what you're saying, you never wanted to be a lawyer.
Yes.
How did that came? As much as you're saying that there were a lot of things that were happening that were taken into account. How did that came for you being a lawyer?
Look. 2000. I matriculated in 1991.
Okay. So someone was only 1 year old.
I matriculated in 1991. At the time, when I was writing my exams, my brother lost his daughter, and at that time, I said, because on Fridays it's a tradition that you must go and fetch the corpse from the mortuary and come back and stuff like that. By that time, within the vicinity of our area, there were no undertakers.
Oh,
so I said.
Okay.
And then, as I was growing up, my always it was in me that I need to assist people, because it was the stress of traveling from here to Bushbuck Ridge, wherever. I said I want to start a funeral business as I was in matric. So when I went to varsity, my cousin said, no, law is good and stuff like that. I never had an interest. Up until I went to TEFLOP, literally went to TEFLOP. When I wanted to register, they said, no, law is good and stuff like that. And then I was convinced, not really convinced, but I had to. My dad also convinced me, why don't you take this course?
Okay.
But I never, honestly, as I'm sitting here, I never, even in my wildest dream, thought that I would become a lawyer.
Yeah, beautiful story there. Anyway, apart from you being a businessman,
yes,
I believe I only know 2 or 3 of your children.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us what kind of a family do you have? How many kids do you have? As much as you said, maybe you took it from your father that he was a polygamist, so maybe that's where you at. Tell us what kind of a family man are you? How many kids do you have?
Yeah, I've got several in my book. My kids are.
Well, in your books.
Yeah, in my book.
So chances might be.
No,
there are many.
No.
Okay.
In my book, I don't have many kids.
Okay.
In some other people's book, I have many kids.
Okay.
Look, God blessed me at a very young age.
Okay.
And I became, there was time when I was having money that I didn't know what to do with it.
Okay. So there were a lot of money.
No, I mean, I had money that I didn't know what to do with it. It was like, okay, fine, you would meet this lady and, stuff like that. But truth be told, I came from a background where my dad, as I'm saying, my dad was having about 7 wives.
Okay.
And at home, we are 27. And then from there, I married my first wife, and then as I was growing up, my dad was still alive by that time. Things got not okay, and then I married my second wife. Things didn't go well, and then I decided. I said for a long time not being married. Okay. And then I moved from one place to the other. I was like, a traveler, like Pauline is saying, wherever I lay a head, that's your home. I had a lot of movements in my life, a lot of movements. I would travel from wherever to wherever and stuff like that. Then I decided to settle down. Then I went back to my first wife. We reconciled. But since we were reconciling, I decided to take a second wife. Okay. So I actually have got 2 wives. Okay. And 12 kids. Yes.
No, that need a round of applause. I believe you at home you can hear. Vari Shitsonga, Yindo Yam Changana, Yibona Ivana. Anyway, Mr. Mhlanga, you just mentioned that you went to where did you said you did your articles and everything? In
Middelburg, in Witbank, and then I went to Middelburg. I was at the partnership of Milo firm then, but 2006 I went to Joburg and started my
So as much as you're saying that you never wanted to be a lawyer and you wanted to do business, how did you start to say today I'm starting while I'm a lawyer?
Okay, when I moved to Joburg, it was a separation where there was a lot of disagreements in my partnership with my former partner at our law firm. Now I went to Joburg, I had nothing. I was so broke, I was so down by that time, and going to Joburg, it was something I had vowed in my life that I will never work in Joburg. But something said to me, let me go to Joburg and check. Maybe I can find something. And there were also cousins of mine that side, and who encouraged me to come to Joburg and then start my life there. Then I did a certain case that gave me around 20,000. It was in 2006. Okay. It gave me 20,000 rands. And with that 20,000, I said, I will not do anything. I would want to start my own practice and businesses with that 20,000. So I bought some furniture, second furniture with a 10 grand and stuff like that, and then started in September 1 September 2016. I opened my doors of PT Mhlanga attorneys in Joburg. It was in Corner Ilof and Commissioner Street.
That was 2016 or
2016.
Okay.
Commissioner Ilof Street in His Majesty's building. I remember it was on the 2nd floor. Okay. So I started my law firm there. Difficult as it was very difficult. Believe you me, I would go sometimes hungry without even a 2 rands in my pocket. So we started there. I started there, and then I pushed and pushed and pushed. 2016, 2017, 2018. Somehow God, I remember it was in August 2018. Somehow God blessed me and I became a millionaire in 2018.
Oh, so I'm sitting next to the million. I'm sitting next to a millionaire. Yeah, unfortunately, there's social distancing here, but it has been said and proven that fly with them. Yes. You're gonna be like them. If you wanna be a chicken, stay with the chicken. So I'm sitting next to a million. I'm the next millionaire. You were saying?
Yes. Now the back of the business now came back. Yeah. Say now you owe yourself the dream of opening or starting and undertaking business back home. Okay. 2009, I came back home and then said to the Indians, I want to start a funeral undertaker. Then that time, you know, this what we call kingdomship, where you've got your Amashangane, tribal authority, you've got whatever stuff like that. So Amashangane at that time had never approved a single person to operate a funeral business under their leadership. And I came back and then met with the authorities to say, I want to start this business. And I met a lot of resistance, but through the grace of God, I was offered the opportunity to present my vision to the locals and also the chieftaincy. Let me say, there's indunaship of that area. I presented my vision, and then they accepted that I open the undertaking business here in Matsaban, Agincourt. It was for the first time. It was a marked experience for everybody. I went to the chief. I explained to him my vision also, and also the reasons why I want this. Because remember, if you are under Amashangane, for example, and then your people die, and then why do you, if you don't have an undertaking business at that chieftaincy, who do you want to bury your people? Okay, that was the question that I asked them. Now, at least they understood me and then granted my wish, and then I started preaching Mhlanga funerals. So this is where the journey took property.
As you're sitting at home, ladies and gentlemen, let me just confirm with you that the couches that we're sitting in now, the building that we're in now, this is Mhlanga funerals. I can see even our pillows here. It's Mhlanga funerals. We are family. Yeah. So we welcomed here.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Even if we are still alive. Look, not only for the dead.
Look, the problem with people.
Yeah.
We keep the dead, but service the living.
Okay.
You can't service the dead. You service the living. Okay. So that's why the funeral business has got a lot of spheres. There's a mortuary where you keep the dead, but then there's a service, the funeral service, where you do the admin and everything. So people have a misconception when you talk about they talk about the funeral business, they talk about mortuary. That is part of the business, not the business itself. So that's why I was saying we are P.T. Mhlanga funeral services. We are not P.T. Mhlanga mortuary. Okay. We are funeral services. It means that there's lots of services that we offer from there. It can be financial service, it can be a funeral cover, it can be policies and stuff like that. So that is what we do. Yes.
Beautiful. If you're sitting at home and you haven't started something, you want to start something, you heard it from the big man here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to print t-shirts and company registrations and name change of your company and car branding, Byte printers are your solution. Company registration, it's 490. Name and changing of the company, it's 1,000. Car branding, it's 2,000 up to 12,000. And t-shirt from 30 Rand up until 140. And yes, you can contact them on 078 2000 88 and 9. I repeat, 078 2000 88 9. We are still with P.T. Mhlanga here, ladies and gentlemen, based in Agincourt, multi-businessman. Is that good English? It's not only funeral parlor that you started.
Yeah.
I've just heard rumors. What else do you do?
Yeah, look, I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
This is the basis of our business. You remember you are from
Kunyama, yes.
And we did our first hardware. The first hardware to come to Kunyama was brought by P.T. Mhlanga.
Okay.
The first hardware business to be brought to Kunyama was by P.T. Mhlanga. P.T. Mhlanga hardware. We doing clothing.
Okay.
Brand.
So Mhlanga, it's yours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What we doing is that I would have gone or stayed in Gauteng and developed Gauteng, but Gauteng is developed.
Yeah.
But Bushbuckridge isn't.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, let me come back home because I owe myself this one thing. After my death or my demise, I want people to say at least it played a role, not everywhere else, but where it comes from. So I decided to start a lot of things here at home. We're doing bricks. We have a company where we manufacture bricks. We have a company, as I'm saying, Mhlanga, it's a clothing line. We've got farming projects. I can say a lot up until the interview actually the duration of the interview expires. But we do a lot of businesses. As a family, Mhlanga family, we're doing a lot of businesses. My kids are involved more in clothing. They've got boutique shops that we also support, and in farming, there's lot of movement in the farming industry because we've got the cattle farming, the food farming, whatever, the vegetables and stuff like that. I learned a lot from Jack Ma, or the Chinese guy. Actually, in Alibaba, you can almost get everything. I believe that they can even sell you. So
just come tomorrow. What kind of a person you want? I want a black, suitable and dark in complexion.
You fit the profile. Actually, Alibaba sells almost everything. So we said, why don't we all have our own Alibaba here in Bushbuck Ridge? Why don't we have our own Alibaba in Agincourt? We are trying to break the chain of poverty, and also show people that this thing was called poverty is just in the mind. But if you unchain it, you can get a lot from yourself, not from anybody else, from yourself. Look at yourself. What is it that you have? Because the problem with people is that they expect a lot from you. But why do I expect a lot from you other than myself? So that's what we believe in. As a family, we sat down and said we can create wealth. We can create an everlasting wealth from ourselves through the generations to come. So that's what we were actually trying to do.
What I'm getting here, there are a couple of businesses that you are doing and you want to create wealth, as you said. There are people who started other business, but they didn't maintain. There are other businesses that have been started, but they didn't materialize. What keeps you, what kind of a thing that you do? What's your secret of maintenance? What do you do for you to maintain all these multi-business that you are doing?
Maintenance is one thing. The moment you want to start a business because you want money, you are in the wrong field.
Oh, you had that.
Yeah, the moment you want to start business because you want money, then you are in the wrong field. Oh, because in every business there are challenges, and challenges are faced by the people who's got the heart to stand to withstand whatever challenges that they come to them. One day, some guy came to me and said, if you can buy trucks. You can make a lot of money, 1, 2, 3, and stuff like that. But then I said to him, don't have a passion for that. My rule is that if you don't have a passion for a particular business, don't do it, because the challenges that you'll face in that business will discourage you from continuing the business. Any business that you see has got its challenges. It's only people who have got passion for that business that will stand it. That's why you see today people have closed that business. Why? Because they said this business has got money. Every business has got money. As long as there's passion in it. So the element of passion is that's what's keeping us going. We don't just start businesses. We start businesses that someone in the family has passion to. Because that's what we support. Because if you have a passion to 1, 2, 3, we'll support you and go long. Whatever problems that we face, we know because our passion will support it.
So you must get someone who has a passion for something at home or next to you for you to do something. Anyway, if you want a proper photo shoot, there's a studio in Agincourt. It's a 3-way. I don't want to mention other people's businesses. There's a studio. The studio, you can contact them at 071 212 94449. For kids, normal prices, it's 15 Rand, and for adults, it's 20 Rand. And they have a special this July. For kids, it's 10 Rand, and yes, for adults, it's 15 Rand. From the 10th of July up until the 17th, it is based in Agincourt. I can attest to say, this business, it's owned by young men. Beautiful. Agincourt, you have entrepreneurs, eh?
Yeah.
So,
The reason why we came home to do this is that we show the young one that is coming that it is possible. When they come to me to ask for business advice, I always tell them, are you passionate? Ask the question, are you passionate about the business or you want money? If you want money, then you are in the wrong field. You must make sure that the passion is always burning. You see, if a kid is passionate about soccer, you send him to a shop, what will you do? Will always kick the ball, go into the shop, because that's his passion. You see? So that is how it is. So if you have a pastor in church who's only looking for money, you will always be preaching about tithes and whatever. But those that will open the church because they're passionate about the word of God, they will always teach them the word. That's the difference. That's what I believe in. So Agent Court is blessed because we've got a lot of guys that are still coming and we encourage them. By mere doing, if you do something and someone is seeing that you are able to do it, then I don't do this business because there's money involved. You see, when I started pitching Mhlanga, I didn't know any single practitioner in the Finland industry. Not even a single one. So I would have modeled my business around them if I knew that there's 1, 2, 3. But because I didn't know any, but I have to model my business around myself. That way, what is in here. So Agent Court is blessed.
Beautiful. We're still in Agent Court having a good time, having a good chat with Mr. P.T. Mhlanga, born, raised in Agent Court. Yes, Bushbuckridge in Mpumalanga. Mr. Mhlanga, there's one thing that is crucial whenever a lot of people they want to start business. Registration, documentation. I once spoke to these other people. They said this is very, very important for you to have documents. What can you say, legal whatsoever, in these documents? What's happening on that project? What can you tell that young person or that person who has a business when it comes to the documentation?
It's a good thing because today I was speaking to the guys now and I said the reason why you don't see yourself moving. This guy has been putting tax on my businesses since 2009. I said to him, the reason why you are not moving forward is that you operate from, I give you money and put it in your pocket. Any pocket has got a hole. Any pocket has got a hole.
The money doesn't have a hole.
If you take money, cash from someone and put it in your pocket, that money is not yours. Because what we do is that it's not, what will happen is that it's nameless money that will do nameless things. When I come to you, I ask for cold drink. You'll take that money and buy me cold drink. Whoever asks something from me, they will, then the next thing, if you take alcohol, what happens is that you go to the bar, you buy alcohol, the next morning you even ask for yourself, why? Because you're dealing with cash. There's no one who's disciplined in handling cash. That's why we've got banks. So I said to the guy, you must register your business. At the registration of the business, you must open a bank account. Every money that you get from us, bank it in your account. Then in a month, you'll see how much you're making. Then you'll take a decision based on that. You'll be able to structure your business based on what you receive on a monthly basis. So registration of a business is very important. Whether you are making like you're erecting stock notices, you're doing fencing, you are a bricklayer or whatever, stuff like that. Because people they've got this thing of being a business person. If you are a builder, you are a business person. If you sell tomatoes, you are a business person. How do you sell? Do you check your stock if you've got? You sell tomatoes, but the money goes wherever. After checkout, you don't even know. You take the money and put it under the mattress and stuff like that. But do you have a proper documentation of how much do you make a day? How do you take your stock and stuff like that? So it's important whether you are in tomatoes business and stuff like that. Register your business. Try every day to put something at the bank. It will encourage you. The money at the bank encourages you that I'm working and I'm making money. But the money that disappears, that's why people always go to Sangomas and pastors say, Lama if you're not writing, like you're not begging. How are you going to say? You are not. You are not. So every business that you have, register it. Even if you are a barber, you have a barber shop. The fact is, the trend that comes in can be $1 million in one day. But how do you make $1 million if you don't know how much money you're making?
Do not run your business on the street. Run it with documents. Register. That's what Mr. Peter Mhlanga said. I mean, you established your business in our eyes. We see you as someone who is fortunate, as someone who has money. As you just mentioned that God blessed you with $1 million. But what I want to check is in your workplace. How do you maintain the relationship between the workers and your family? How does that link together? How do you live your daily basis? How do you control the whole situation? Last time I checked, I came here, I find plus or minus 20 people working. Some of them were busy building, some of them are in the office, some of them are driving. How do you deal with that situation as an individual, as a head, Peter Mhlanga?
Yeah. There's a difference between Peter Mhlanga as a human being, as an individual, and Peter Mhlanga, whatever, Peter Mhlanga business. That's why all my business, there's Peter Mhlanga Holdings, and there's these other businesses that are under the business Peter Mhlanga Holdings. Look, my belief is that business means that as Philip Mhlanga, I can never be a business on my own. I need structures. You've got in Peter Mhlanga Funeral Salon, you've got plus minus 60, I think about 65 people working for Peter Mhlanga Funerals. Because we've got about 14 branches that we have. On the 14 branches, we have people that make Peter Mhlanga what it is. I can't make, the funny part of it is that but Peter Mhlanga Funerals Services can do that.
Okay.
Why? Because it's a structure. Structure that is formed by people who are the drivers, the cleaners, the security guys and stuff like that. I remember one day I had my staff meeting. I asked them, amongst you, who is the most important employee? Is it the driver? Is it the security guard? Is it the one who goes to funerals or whatever? They couldn't give me an answer. I said, you are equally important. Because if you take the security, you think the security is useless. You go home, you store a corpse in the mortuary. You go home the next day, the corpse is not there. People have maybe decided to steal the body. What happens? The business closes. So it means that the security guard is actually equally important than the one who is going to the funeral or the one who is actually at the reception. So it's a structure of a family. Like my family knows that the reason why they have the life that they're having is because of the son who is the driver in the business. It's because of whatever that is playing a role in the business. So for them to look down upon them, for me, it will be the biggest insult. So those are the components of Peter Mhlanga family. Not even the Peter Mhlanga, the family, because they are the ones who go there and dig down in the mines and dig the gold, come with it outside so that we can be able to enjoy it. So it's a combination of everybody. We are all family, whether we are in the business at home or whatever. We are at home. We can't talk about Peter Mhlanga without talking about Peter Mhlanga whatever. We are a business even at home. So that's how we teach each other.
Beautiful. Ungabi boss. Anyway, if you want to design posters and newsletters, photo editing, Goldea Media, that's their house. They design posters, they do custom-made magazine, newspapers, photo editing, books, and they also do video editing. You can contact them on 081 3132 199. I repeat, it's 081 313 2199. It's Goldeya, based in Tulamahashi. Mr. Mhlanga, there are people that are in already, and they don't know how to move forward. And there is this one who is not yet in the business.
Yes.
What can you say to these two different people?
Firstly, if you are not yet in the business, you want to come in. Now, as before we start this interview, I was in church, and I was telling the children, the kids there, that there is no one who's better than you. This guy, I clearly in Norway, I clearly about atwa abitiwa. I got a prophet Africa, but in this but in Mfundisi Africa, mandivita Mfundisi na Mfundisi anduvitana aviela futhi njalo njalo abantu Mfundisi lo aku loko tutware tolele kuvita vula leswi vulavula hosi nazo yibisile. In business we are called. In business we are called. If an idea comes to you, you don't think of your own will. God makes you think. And once He says to you, buy this camera, it means that He has a purpose for you to use this camera. It doesn't matter whether you have money or not. That man, that whatever you want to use me for, God use me. So whenever kuna something, because in the problem ya kunavela shilo mara lokuyetlema shilo lokulora something, it means that God trusts you for you to make that thing happen. Come in, go to as I'm saying, 20,000 rands in 2006. It was nothing.
True.
But it led to whatever that you see today. So I money in a business. In a business. Whoever that is in there already. The question is, are you there, as I said previously, are you there for the money or are you there to make a business? Because business is good. Kuna mkarle business fana mungu na karle ngata vabza. Kuna mkarle ngata hlangana na swiyimo leswi ngona swa siyapfala. But kuna lava tiselaka because of the calling. Vulavula hosi nanzo yingiseli. So tise kawu ngakho singendleki loko uzobona munhu un'wana nga humelela na xitori xa ku swi byela. A swi ngendleki. Everyone has got a story to tell. It doesn't matter. People see people on TV and think, those people, they've got very long stories to tell and some painful ones. I can tell you now, as I'm seated here, there for the interview. My sister was calling me, reminding me, I yet like that job. Yet like that was our floor polish. And then I was at Teflop. I didn't have shoes. I used to wear timbahlata for the whole year. 1 September, for that short holiday, 10 years, there was 10 days or something. I went without food for about 4 days. Not that I was fasting, but I didn't have anything to eat for that 10 days. Everyone has gone home. I didn't have anything to eat at all, and I didn't have money to go home. But there was a bigger picture to it. So whatever suffering that they are facing now doesn't mean that it's permanent. It's temporal. Let them face as men or as women. But with their dreams and visions, and also the passion to make sure that they break through whatever was that are there.
I think I still need to hear more of this. How did you, as much as you mentioning that you sometimes went out like without food, eating for 4 days? What was it that was happening? What was it that was pushing you exactly? That was giving you more power to keep on moving?
The thing was, I didn't have an option. I was
Why
stuck.
didn't you quit and come back?
I was stuck. My mom didn't have money to send me home.
Okay.
My mom and my dad got divorced as I was still young.
Okay.
So my mom didn't have money to send me to have something to eat or come back home. And I was stuck, or didn't have, like, I only had a room with nothing to eat and with no money to go home. So I didn't have an option. But what kept me, you know, my mom told me one thing in life: you will suffer today, but whatever suffering that is there, yield good results.
Oh.
If you want 6-pack, you must exercise.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. Because the one I'm Jane, for example, Jane, jamundwena kwe alahla angasithola ngakuvava sitayela sikun'wana tala va swi swa nga swi lahla but loko vona munhu a rholela laya loko a swi kuma i ta maka swi swa nga swi lahliwi. So Domzitano, you need to I'm encouraging everyone that is out there, a business person, actually, let me say, Lui a business, it will never be easy. Believe me. And me local vocal nikama liba for business. Money doesn't make a business person.
Yeah.
But a business person makes money.
Beautiful. Beautiful. When I check on my time, we only left with less than 20 minutes to finish with the conversation. If you're sitting there and you have questions, if you have comments to ask Mr. Mhlanga, you are always free to do that. We're going to be taking those questions and those comments in no time. Just do that. Do not forget to follow us on social media. aka Rural Poet. On Facebook, it's at Dumisani Matevula. They always remind me, do not forget equality today. I know they love that hashtag, it's a new one. But Mr. Mhlanga, there's one or two things that you went through, as much as you say that you are making sure you even hold a meeting with them, with the staff members. If there's a challenge that is coming in personally, without talking to your managers, without talking to your supervisors in the business, personally, how do you deal with such things?
I believe that the business was given to me by God.
Okay.
And without him, I wouldn't be where I am. One, I don't pray not to have a problem.
Okay.
I pray that when the problem is there, I'm able to withstand it.
Okay.
I don't pray that I don't die. I pray that when I die, I go to heaven.
Okay.
So never pray not to have a problem. Because you cannot learn when there's no problem.
Okay.
I don't become disillusioned when there's a problem. I'm saying this is a new challenge that I must face, and after the challenge, then it means that I will be a new person. So that's how I challenge it. I challenge my fears,
yeah.
Whatever that comes, even if they can say, I want to run away. Because I've decided to take on the business and the challenges. If you take the money, take the challenges too. Don't want the results only, the good results only. Take the challenges all, because you have to face the challenges. If they come, my motto is, if you push me, I don't push you. I push back like hard. If a problem comes to me, I push back like hard, very hard. Because I'm better than the problem. I'm stronger than it. That's why I'm here. You know. So that's what the way it is. I don't like, if someone like I reported about this particular situation. I say, God, you put me in power. You know that I can handle everything. So I don't run from the problem.
Okay.
No, I'm not the guy who runs. If there is something that is problematic in the office, that's where you'll find me in the office.
Okay.
I don't dodge. If they say there's police the outside, they have to come to my office. I don't run away. I face every problem. So the challenges that they come from to the office, and means that if they are bigger, they come more. They are bigger than my staff. They can't be bigger than me. No.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, sisters, mothers, and daughters, wherever you are, if you want your nails to be beautiful, we do have beauty nails and makeup and Lord shedding.